Harry Jowsey here. What an honor. I can't believe this.
This is crazy. This is wild. Oh, yeah, big honor.
fellow philanthropist. I mean, we just met at the LA Mission the other day.
Yeah.
Giving out food on Easter.
I was eating it, so.
You were eating the unhoused food?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
solid.
so all the
It
meals
looked
that
good.
Yeah. Well, Georgia had some. She's like, yeah, it's really nice. I was like, I actually feel a little bit guilty that taking a plate. Like,
Well, I think we know the title of the episode.
yeah.
Harry Jowsey
Stealing
eats
from the
food from the
homeless.
unhoused.
As you should.
Yeah.
Get yours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Get yours.
Harry is first and foremost an actor.
Oh, thank you.
Social media personality, reality, all the things. Professional,
Wow.
handsome man. I mean,
Yes.
my most important question, and I've
Oh,
always wanted
shit.
to know this: what's it like having that face?
Wow.
What's it like being in that body?
A lot of pressure.
Say more.
Yeah, like it's look, here's the thing. I think that I love when people hype me up because I feel like I'm just like a normal dude that's just like tall. Like that's my only personality. Like I think when you're a little bit taller than like 6 foot, people just automatically like assume that you must be like handsome. So I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of pressure, like all the time, I'm getting facials, microneedling. I need to go on a run. If I get a little bit of fat, I'm like, I'm losing myself. Like I've lost my mojo. So it's a lot of, I think the prettier people are usually the most insecure ones. That's what I figured out. So that's why I'm good being in the middle.
I am very insecure.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
are we
I was
so
make a lot of
insecure?
sense.
We're
When I
just,
met
we're
you
just
guys-
average.
No, we're insecure because we are fucking smokes.
Yeah.
He said it.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
First thing I walked in, and he was just like, "Damn, man, I'm feeling so insecure today." I was like, "You just got to stop being so perfect."
Yeah, it's because I'm too good. I'm too good. Honestly, you walked in, gorgeous short shorts, 6'5" maybe. Like I'm proud. I
Yeah.
consider myself a tall glass of water,
Yeah.
and you are just a 1 liter smart bottle, like just like
and I'm trying to get hydrated.
yeah, smart bottle, smart water.
Whoa! Sorry about that, boys. I'm hitting on both of you equally. But it's interesting you say that. So I love to hear that when
Yeah.
someone is sort of attractive and has, it's very very public, attractive person that it
Right.
doesn't just come to you. There's a lot of maintenance, a lot of hard work.
Yeah, it's Botox. I used to do that
Yeah?
a little bit. Microneedling, which is hectic.
Ooh, I want that.
And
What
I'm
is
trying to-
microneedling?
It's sick. Like,
What is that?
It's actually really good. So they take like a bunch of needles and they put them in this little. It's like a tattoo gun essentially, and they just like put a bunch of holes in your face so you're like bleeding, but it like pulls the collagen up. And I was like, oh, I should probably do that a lot because I have like a lot of redness and like little dimples and stuff. But the annoying thing is when you go in to see someone who does that stuff, they tell you everything that's wrong about your face.
Right.
So I'm like, damn, I really need to fucking come back and like do everything. Like, what other things can you add onto the package? Like,
Yeah.
I really need help. It sucks, but
Cash grab.
It's micro damage. You're basically doing micro damage to your face, and then it makes your face heal, and thus you're getting new collagen, new skin, looking cute. Works
Yeah.
on many things. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about Morpheus 8. I don't mean to brag. Have you heard about this?
no, what is Morpheus 8?
Sounds like it's from the fucking X-Men.
Yeah, what?
It's microneedling with radio frequency to tighten.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you need to tighten? Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate it here. Like Los
three
Angeles is the
grown men.
worst place in the world.
Yeah, wait till you hear about the crystals I have beside my bed.
Oh God.
I'm just saying that the men in New York don't say these things.
yeah.
I know, but they're all financial bros in vineyard vines and Patagonia vests.
they're not-
sucking each other.
They're not. They're
Yes,
not.
They are. They are.
No, they're not.
Yes,
They're not.
They are. They're all like mini versions of American Psycho, and
I think that half of this podcast we talk about how you need work done when you don't.
And I don't-
You're a beautiful man.
but it's upsetting. I don't do the work, and I just complain. I romanticize it, but I'm also scared.
Morpheus 8. Yeah, I've never heard of that one. I'm gonna probably stay away from it.
No, it's
Because
guinea
I've
pig.
done-
I'll do it first. I'll be a guinea pig.
Yeah. But you look great. You've done
Thanks,
so
babe.
much work on yourself. Like I'm not sure if anyone has said it.
I
or-
don't talk about it ever.
Dude,
No,
oh, you don't? Oh, you do?
no, I do.
Oh, okay,
I talk
cool.
about
'Cause
it too much.
I was like, it's actually incredible. Like and I'm sure you've had to deal with a lot of pressure online. Like I can only imagine like growing up and having to deal with so many people like giving an opinion on your life, and the fact that you've blossomed out of it is beautiful.
Thank you.
It's really, really impressive. Same with you. Like so much pressure.
I was waiting for the compliment.
Yeah, I was coming to you now. I had a whole planned out speech for you.
It's good. It's good. No, look, we're all really proud of Josh.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We're really proud of
Someone tell my mind that.
You've blossomed.
No, it's so kind.
You've blossomed.
So you're originally from Australia.
Yes.
What part did you grow up in?
So I grew up, you know, when you watch all the scary shows about Australia, like, hey, there's crocodiles, there's spiders, whatever else.
Yeah.
That's where I grew up. So I grew
cool.
up. So like usually down the bottom of Australia, none of that. There's a little bit of that stuff, but like up the top is where all like this stuff in the there's like saltwater crocodiles, box jellyfish, sea snakes, all that stuff in the water.
I've seen these. Have you seen box jellyfish?
No,
They're massive.
Yeah, and you can't see them. They get you and you're cooked. Like you're
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then on the land there's just like bird eating spiders, there's snakes, there's everything, dingoes, there's everything that you want to kind of avoid.
Yeah.
But that was where I grew up, which is kind of awesome because then I kind of feel like I can take on anything.
Right.
I tried to fight a truck the other day. It didn't work out. But yeah, it didn't fight back. But yeah, so I grew up there, and then I got kicked out of all the schools in Australia. So
primary school, is that what they call it?
Yeah, primary school. So primary school and high school. You guys have like middle school. It was a sophomore and
elementary, and you always
preschool.
Yeah,
preschool.
You do a preschool,
right?
Yeah, my son's in preschool.
Yeah,
but you do, and no matter what, you wear a uniform at Australian schools, right?
Yeah, you guys just don't do that here, huh?
I did it. Public. No, in private you do it.
Yeah, private.
Yeah. So we have like I went to a private school as well, and they're very like strict on has to be iron, I'm like, dude, relax. But I would be stressed out going to school here because I'd be like, who's actually homeless and who's a student? Like what's going on? Because you could get some like guy off the street that just walks in and like normal clothes and just like wants to come have lunch.
That's actually an interesting call. I never thought about that. Is the uniform for safety?
Yeah.
No, it's for indoctrination. It's the way they have it in the military.
Josh, shut down that idea real quick. No,
it can't be.
No, it would never be.
No, it's for brainwashing.
Was there any? I'm assuming that private school in Australia and Jewish private school in New York City are different.
Yeah, they must be.
Who knows? We had a lot of dingoes. Rabbi came riding the dingo.
And so you got kicked out. Why? Were you a rabble rouser?
I was a piece of shit. You know,
Solid.
I was blowing up toilets, and
what'd you use? Like blowing it up with
tacos.
Like shit? Or
whoa. Yeah, I went to Taco Bell and just
6'4", I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot comes out quickly. Yeah, it's like a fire hose.
Clip it.
Yeah, no, like chlorine bombs. I was just like I was a piece of shit kid.
Yeah, that's called terrorism.
Yeah, I should have got done for that. Like it was terrible. So I was just a piece of shit. I was just fighting everyone. I just thought I would be funny.
Yeah.
And I was just too dorky to do all that stuff. And so my parents were like, hey, you're not doing too well over here. We're going to send you to a different country to go to school. And so I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. And then I took that same attitude over to New Zealand, where the boys are a lot bigger, way better at sport.
Yeah.
Don't really give a shit, and just kind of like got my shit rocked. Like people just like, I was, every fight, like I pretty much lost every single one of them. And then I was terrible at rugby, had a knee reconstruction. This guy just absolutely fucked me up. And then I was so bad at rugby there that they just put me in the shittest team where people just like fight. I'm like, okay, cool.
Because is it Maori? What's the major sort of cultural influence?
Yeah, Maori. So they that's the native New Zealanders, but there's a lot of like islanders, so like Samoans, Fijians and stuff come across, and they're
built different,
dude. Like
stunning.
It's just machines. Like it's incredible to see these guys like play sport. Because then I'm just like this skinny little white boy. I'm like, why did my parents not like give me steroids when I came out of the womb? So at least like I could like run past these guys, but they're just like so skilled and talented. And just like terrifying to play in rugby. Like it was just wild.
Did you do the Haka?
Yes.
You were doing. Do you know what the Haka is?
You're so learned.
What can I say, babe?
It's amazing. Are you Australian?
I worked with Chris Hemsworth, guys. I know a few things.
What's the Haka?
Oh, so it's like essentially for New Zealand, the Maldives, they have this haka that they do before war. It was like their tradition. So whenever you go to war, they pretty much just like, it's like this chant, like dance kind of thing.
Intimidation.
It's pretty much just telling them, hey, I'm going to fucking rip your head off. And there's nothing you can do about it. So we would do that at school. But we had to learn like 3. So we had like a house haka for our boarding house. Then there's like a school haka. And then there's obviously the like, New Zealand haka. And yeah, it was kind of scary because, you know, you're just screaming at each other before a game. And like, it's really intense. Like it is really special to be a part of it. I couldn't do any of them now. Like I don't remember them. And if I did it, I'd probably look so out of place, probably fall over.
Is there some shit? Is it like being a white guy doing a haka? Is it like us trying to crip walk? Hear me out. Like, is it ever deemed disrespectful, or like do you have to be careful, or is it welcomed that it's something shared with all cultures?
When we did it, it was like, hey, you know, when New Zealanders were at school, it's a part of their culture. Like it's part of their culture. They want to continue. To continue the message, continue Māori, like they teach it at school and stuff like that. So it's, I loved it. Like I really enjoyed it because it was like, oh cool, like I get to learn about this like incredible culture of like these warriors that were just like wild.
Wow.
So
insane.
I think it may be disrespectful if like a random American guy doing it drunk in front of your TV. Maybe I don't know, but like it is kind of the biggest thing that I've seen that's upset my friends in New Zealand is when you go to like England and they all have like the tribal tattoos and they're just like,
right.
And yeah, because those guys are just like, well, now you're kind of just like taking the piss out of like my tribe and kind of stuff that we have to earn,
like appropriating their culture.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, like it's just, thank God I didn't get any tattoos because I probably would have been jumped.
We should make a good guys haka, and then whenever a guest comes, like,
just scare the out of them.
You know, like right?
Yeah. Just, I always think about if shit ever went down and I had to defend myself. Yeah. Because with the haka, like, they stick their tongues out and their eyes are huge. And I feel like I would do that just with the hopes that it wouldn't go to blows, right? Like, I would give if you tried to come up to me and challenge me, I'm giving you this face. Yeah? Now?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, that would scare me.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
You'd be like, not this guy.
Yeah, this guy's going to kill my dog.
Yeah, or I'll have a seizure and I'm going to get sued.
Yeah.
You know, if I knock him out.
Yeah, this guy's about to pass out.
I would run.
Yes.
I would run away.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't like any kind of like physical confrontation. Like you want to jump me, just do it. Get it over with. Take my money. Like I don't want any smoke. No smoke. No. Like, we've told this story on the podcast before, but when I was 13, I was mugged by a 6-foot woman.
Wow.
Yes.
That's wild.
Any relation?
Yeah.
It was my mother.
Do you have a sister
Mom, come on
in?
Yeah. She brings her shit back.
She picked on the young Jews, and I gave her my wallet.
Yeah.
And my friend didn't want to give it to her. She broke his nose.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Mean streets of New York City.
That is incredible. That's not the story I'd imagine coming out of New York.
I know.
Like, we got mugged. It's like, oh, you're a 6-foot woman. Like,
it's the women.
Yeah. Wow.
They're a problem.
You're going to be worried about it.
He's like, I don't know. I saw Goodfellas. I thought it was very different.
Yeah.
I thought all of you were much tougher.
Yeah. Nope.
Weak. What's the New Zealand vibe comparatively? Because it seems like, you know, I know that comparatively with New Zealand can almost feel like a small town when you come from Australia, right? Slightly? I mean, it's stunningly beautiful and the people are gorgeous, but there's not a lot of people there, right?
No, New Zealand's so strange. So the South Island in New Zealand is the biggest island out of the two, and the North Island is very small, and there's more people in the North Island. There's like Auckland and Wellington are up there, which are the main cities, but it's kind of random because it's just like, it's one of those places that you kind of, if you want to unwind and just like look at pretty mountains and like go on hikes, it's kind of the place that you go because there's really nothing to do. Like there's hunting and whatever else, but yeah, it's kind of strange like coming from here because I have to go back in like next week for my sister's wedding, and I'm like, oh yeah, what are we doing? She's like, just hanging out. I'm like, okay, cool. Like because there's literally nothing to do apart from just like be in the sun, and like because there's also a massive hole in the ozone there. So, like, you feel like you're not getting sunburnt, but you come out just, like, crisp.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. New Zealand's kind of crazy for that. And it's, like, not hot or anything, and then you're just, like, just bright pink.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They need more microneedling.
Yeah.
Get rid of the sunspots.
Yeah.
Not that I thought about it. So is there a thought of like, when you, knowing that, did you think that you were going to go into entertainment when you were a kid?
No. So I was actually at university. So the story's a bit sad. I was at university and my brother's best friend lost his battle with mental health. And I was at a point, because in Australia and New Zealand, I'm not sure if you guys know this, we have the highest suicide rate per capita.
Wow.
Yeah. Like for some reason back home, it's just so, it's something that's not really spoken about. And that was at that point when I was there and I got the call saying, "Oh, Hamish just passed over the other side." I was like, "Oh, what do I do? Like, I can't like call every single one of my friends every single day and say, 'Hey, you okay?' Because they're gonna be like, 'Hey, like Harry's something's wrong with Harry. Like, why does he keep annoying us?'" So that I was sitting there and I was crying by this riverbank, and I was on my phone, and one of my friends, Helen, tagged me in this post, which was called Heartbreak Island. She's like, "Oh, you'd be so funny on this show." And I was like, you know what, maybe it's a sign from the universe. I'm just going to try it. And then I applied, and then 2 days later, they flew me out to New Zealand, where we had to do like the shots and whatever else. They're like, "Yeah, we want you on." Like, I just sent nudes in. I was like, "Oh, whatever."
Stop it.
Yeah, I was like,
You sent nudes in?
Of course. I was like,
that's a clip.
yeah, they're gonna see something that they like, or they won't. They're gonna be like, "Why is this guy got the skinniest cock?" Sending a photo in. Like,
no one is sending unsolicited nudes with a skinny cock.
Totally.
Yeah.
You're proud. Definitely.
well, because I was just like, like I've never applied for a TV show before, so I want to stand out. And then, so I just like, I said,
Fucking genius.
Yeah.
You should start doing that.
yeah,
Oh,
everyone
great.
said cock pics in. Like,
Oh
you're
my
either gonna
God.
get like a restraining order or like what. But I applied, and then 2 days later, they're like, "Yeah, we want you on." So I flew out to New Zealand. We filmed like the stuff for it. Took the like all the photos at press stuff, and then
Wait, was there any
Sorry.
mention? Was there any mention when they were like, "We're gonna fly you over"? By the way, nice dick. Like were they like, maybe next time throw on some boxers?
well, it never really brought up. There was one guy, Chris. We had a bit of a giggle about it, and because he was like, "Yeah, I saw like the photos, like it was really nice." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Great.
Like cool." But I think they're trying to be like keep it professional and act like they didn't see. I'm like, well, I sent it in, like send it around, leak that shit. Like,
Wow.
I just have like an image now in my head of you nude sending your stuff to Christopher Nolan.
yeah. Imagine.
Oh my God.
I would do it. Send me his email. Yeah. I got a photo of me holding a balloon in my cock out. So that was what I did for the second show, because I was like, okay, I gotta.
Oh,
like,
so the first one was that show.
yeah, first one was
Okay.
Heartbreak Island, and then I went on that show and I was like, yep, the goal is here. I just want to make people laugh. I just want to be a dickhead, and I want my friends to be like, damn, we have that 60 to 90 minute window every week where we get to watch Harry be a fuckhead, and that was the goal. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna be a piece of shit. I'm gonna laugh, make everyone laugh at me. And I went on. I won that show, so it was like the first show, and I had that little taste of kind of what's going on. And then after that, I was like, okay, cool. Like, let's do the next thing. Like, let's do bigger. Let's make more people laugh. Like, how do I keep this moving forward? And then because with these shows, they kind of lock you in a contract for 12 months, so you can't really do anything. So I'm like hitting the production company up, like, hey, like what, like how do we do some more stuff? Like, I'm so excited. Like, this has filled my cup. Like, I love making people have a little chuckle. And then nothing happened. And then for 5 months after I got out of that contract, I was applying for every single show, every single reality show I could think of, literally day in, day out, like under like 5 different names, like Harrison Patrick Harrison Jowsey, Harry Jowsey, Harold, like every single thing, like 10 times on like one application, to the point where I'm like, they gotta know who I am. So then I got to the point where like, I just got to send some more nudes. So it was holding balloons and like in the mirror, like,
Nudes are your secret sauce.
well, like, it's gonna make you double take. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And then it worked out. I ended up getting on to What They Handle for, which is one of Netflix's first ever reality shows, and they must have seen the dick pic with the balloons and be like, this is the guy. You know, he is way too horny and way too crazy.
I could just imagine at Netflix's like board meeting, Ted Sarandos.
These are the candidates.
They're like, okay, so we're gonna greenlight another season of Stranger Things. We're gonna give Dave Chappelle a special, and how about this guy's dick? We need him to star in our new show. I mean, that's unreal.
I hope
honestly, it's awesome. Like just like pure confidence. We talk about that all the time too. Like,
yes,
that's the key.
But there is sorry,
no.
But there is something like, I mean, we've been married for a long time, and we don't talk this much in depth. But whenever I've even received like a suggestive photo from my wife, someone I've been with for 12 years, so you could say just that the thrill of the surprise maybe isn't quite as much there as it once was, even though I'm utterly obsessed and in love with my wife. Like, you know, a nude from someone you just started dating, that's super exciting.
Yeah.
But even then, 12 years in, if she doesn't send them anymore, but like...
She's not going to do it after this.
Our phones are getting hacked. Marshall, cut this. So, but like, there's something so exciting about a nude.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
Even if it's from your wife.
Yeah.
It's great.
Or a random guy on the internet.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Especially when you know the person. Like if somehow it came around and I'd be like, Ben, I found Harry's nude. Can you believe this?
Oh, I'll show you. No.
You should do it on like an airplane. Just like airdrop it.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever airdropped a nude?
I think that's illegal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, true.
That would be illegal.
Yeah, don't take my advice.
Airdrop your nudes to people on the plane, please. Like, imagine.
So I got this amazing idea from Ben on the pod.
Yeah.
Airdrop nudes, prison. So sorry. I really thought I was onto something too.
Yeah, imagine everyone just starts doing that.
Consequences.
I just do that with like ugly photos of my friends though. When I'm at the airport, and I'm bald. I mean, I'm not bald. Yeah, when I randomly become bald. No, when I'm bored, I just like photos of my friends like f***ed up or just like drunk as shit. I just like airdrop it to people. I'm like, or ugly photos of my girlfriend. She hates that. I'm like, oh look, because she's a like social media personality as well. She's like, Harry, these can't like be shown to people. I'm like, yeah, they can. Here we go. And drop it to everyone. If they accept, then you're in trouble.
And is this Georgia?
Yeah, Georgia.
And you guys, and I met her the other day. So lovely.
Yeah.
And you guys have sort of gone. You met originally on the show.
No,
right? No, you didn't.
No, we met on my podcast. So I was on the first season of Taught to Handle, and she was on like season 4 or something, which was arguably the worst season. Yeah. Which arguably the shittest season.
It's really gonna hurt for the reunion.
Yeah. I think she was 3 or 4. I think 4 was really good. But yeah, so she did the show, and then she went right away and filmed this other show called Perfect Match, and then after that, I was messaging her for a while because she was living in England. I was like, hey, like, would love to get you on the pod, just talk about shit, whatever else. And then she finally came to LA, and then she came on the podcast, and like that was it. Like it was just, as soon as she sat down, I was like, damn, like this, like for the first 10 minutes of the podcast, we were just laughing at each other. Like no one said anything, and I'm like, why are you making me laugh so much? Like it's kind of weird. I just thought she was like a witch. I'm like, what have you done to me? I can't even think about what I have to ask you. Like I'm just giggling at you. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then we've been on and off for like a year now. Yeah.
And has it been sort of publicly on and off? Like, is that hard having a very public relationship?
Yeah, there's like ups and downs with it. So like I realize when something's so public, it opens it up for people's energy and like ideas and like criticism to come into it. So when we were together for the first time, like we were super, super public, and then we broke up for a little bit. And then in December, I went back to Australia, and we like rekindled that, but we kept it completely offline, which was probably the happiest and best time for us.
Sure.
Because like we didn't have all these opinions, all these people talking shit and whatever else that was going on. And then, she moved back to LA, and people started kind of connecting the dots that we were like back together, and that she was like living with me, which was amazing because I love making content with her. I love like showing her off, but again, the downside is you have all these people talking shit. So then her new show comes out, and all these other contestants on the show started talking shit. Like, of course they're back together a week before the show comes out. I'm like, well, it's because you guys outed us. Like, because you guys said in interviews and shit like that we were back together. So now we have to tell people that we're back together when it was like so beautiful and amazing when it was like private. Right. But now I think we're pretty good at like dealing with it because, you know, with our relationship and like intimate stuff about it. Like before, like a year ago, like when I came off to What the Handle, I was like, sex, relationship, I'm gonna tell everyone all my stuff, I don't have any secrets. And then I realized that that's like actually not a very good thing to do, because it kind of really opens up your entire private life, because I thought that I had to play into the persona that I was on to What the Handle. So now I reflect a lot more on how I speak and the person I actually am. And it's been one of the best things being in this relationship, because it's helped me like look within and be a little bit more mature and a little bit more careful with how I speak.
But especially like famous people, public people, when they get together, it's like it's literally crystal meth for the public. It is so addictive because it's literally watching the prom king and queen of the world together. Like when you think about Bieber and Selena Gomez, like respectfully, that there was so much against that relationship.
Yeah.
Just because everyone, I mean, you want to talk about commenting on your relationship and then imagine it time a million at the level in which they were operating at that time. It's a very tough prospect.
Yeah, I just also find it so interesting that you can completely shut it off, though, if you want to. And some people choose to, and some people don't. There are people that love, we were just talking about this, love reading the things that people say about them.
Yeah.
Or love watching the videos that people make about them. And there are some people that truly don't give a fuck, because regardless of if you saw it or not, they're going to still say what they're going to say.
Yeah.
And if you don't know it, then it never enters your brain. You're talking about energy.
Yeah.
Like I'm like a big, not like crystally energy, but like I think like if whatever I put in me is going to stay in me. So
you got crystals in you right now?
Yeah, right in my ass.
Yeah. I was like saying, the rose quartz?
I didn't know you call your boyfriend Rick Crystals. But we talk about like how, like, look, Pete Davidson's a great example, right? And
massive cock.
Does he?
Gotta be, right, veiny.
I heard it's 10 inches.
Really?
Good for him.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Way too much.
That's excessive.
Yeah.
If you gave me a couple, apparently everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone. What do you mean, who wants that?
Yeah.
You want to be able to...
All of Hollywood.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Not me.
Yeah, who wants that? Not three straight guys on a couch, that's for sure.
You want the kind of member that you can walk around the locker room and be like, why doesn't that guy wear a towel? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You just got, but he, like Pete Davidson, right? And taking nothing away from his incredibly talented and funny and youngest SNL cast member ever, like obviously was going to ascend to great heights.
Yeah.
But dating and being engaged to Ariana Grande were they engaged? I don't want to any fake news.
He was ascending to great heights in a very, very different way.
But it was a rocket ship, right? Like today, had that not happened, Pete Davidson might like just be breaking. But
right.
I mean, when you have a public relationship like that, that's rocket fuel.
Without the ladies, he probably is like a Steve Buscemi. Like no, seriously.
Yeah.
Like he's like just like that funny, like awkward, like character-y kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
And with the girls, he's like this like mystery man. Hilarious, but like he must be so funny and so confident.
Yeah.
He's an enigma.
Yeah, but also
I love it.
Anything associated with Ariana Grande is probably gonna put you in the stratosphere, you know, like she's incredible.
Did you work with her?
I did. Well, I didn't. She was on Nickelodeon as well, but she's always been incredibly lovely, and her mom is the best. And they would always invite me over to the house and dinners and whatnot. And again, she was one of those rare. I remember my wife and I were at a party at her house, and she was in the bathroom singing because the acoustics were so good in the bathroom.
Wow.
Granted, she could sound good in the inside of a Subway sandwich shop, but like, and you're listening to this effortless, God-given thing that sounded so unreal that she's one of those rare people where I was like, oh, I'm on borrowed time with you, because there's going to come a time soon where you are so famous, because she just is undeniably gifted and talented and a very nice person.
She's got to have something wrong. Has she got an extra toe or something?
We all do. It's got to be.
because like you can't be that gorgeous, that like tiny, that talented, and a nice person. There's got to be something.
I know.
There's gotta be. She's got to have an extra butthole.
I hope.
You're shaking.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would actually be fun. Yeah.
2 buttholes?
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Take it back.
No, that's no way to live.
That's no way to live. But it's funny. She's arguably just as big. Not arguably. She's just as big as a Selena Gomez, but nobody talks about her. Probably because she doesn't want, like, does she not want to be in the news? Like, I feel like some of it's manufactured. You think?
She did post something on TikTok recently just saying that there was a lot of comments and stuff about, like, her body and stuff. So maybe I think she's probably at the point where she, like, doesn't need to, like, feed into any of, like, the social stuff. But it probably is, like, it must be, like, incredibly difficult, you know, to have that much, you know, that many people invested in your life. So, like, I think when she got married as well, like her husband, that Dylan guy, who doesn't like me apparently.
What's going on there?
I don't know. I said something silly and I got myself in trouble, and it was warranted.
Cool. Oh, so he has good reason.
Yeah, every reason. But no, so like even his like Instagram being private, like I couldn't imagine how many requests or how many people try and tag him and stuff, or like get his like it must be so hectic at that level where you literally can't even like sneeze without someone trying to take a photo of you.
They say that...
Is she married? I didn't realize.
Yeah.
And he has a private Instagram?
Yeah, he's like a real estate agent here.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know everything. No. Yeah, that's why he hates me.
Where's he live?
He's 6'1", 175 pounds.
Yeah.
He's an Aquarius. Wow, he's a real estate... Like, I wonder if he... I'm sure they're beautiful homes, because if he was like a real estate agent in North Hollywood selling like 3-bedroom condos, and he'd be like, here's the walk-in closet. I'm married to Ariana Grande. The fuck am I doing? But there's something very interesting about that dynamic, and also, and we've talked about this about recently, like Emrata, like basically sort of having these different dates and whatnot. Recently, she was dating, or she was kissing
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
It's a weird way to bring it up. I'm so sorry, Georgia.
Did you hook up with her?
Emrata?
Yeah,
so much.
Yeah, let's get some fake news going here.
I wish. I mean, I don't wish. I love my girlfriend. I'm so sorry. Wow, intrusive thoughts. I'm trying to be better. I do not wish. She's great. Her and Harry are incredible together.
Clip it.
I know we're gonna have an argument about that.
But do you think but yeah, with Ariana Grande too, it's like when you're that undeniably talented. We were talking about this. I heard it said once, the best thing someone can say about your tour, or when you come into someone's town and you're performing at an arena or a theater, wherever, is that they couldn't get a ticket.
Wow.
It's the best thing that can be said, right?
Yeah.
That they just went so quickly. So for people like at that level, Ariana, Taylor Swift, or even you look like at someone like Chappelle, who literally was able to walk away for a decade. And was like, don't worry, because when I come back, you'll be right there, and there'll be more of you than ever.
I wish I had that confidence. Because I'm like, if I don't post one TikTok today, I'm forgotten.
We're not them. No. I think we could safely say.
No, I go away for 10 years. No one will ever remember me. I'm a fleeting moment. I'm a fleeting moment.
No one a decade from now goes, you remember Boy with No Job?
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
Podcast?
Yeah.
It's like Keenan and Kel. I just found out Kel isn't dead.
Wait, who is Kel?
You don't know the show Keenan and Kel from Nickelodeon?
Oh, yeah. Wait,
there was a rumor, for like the last, I don't know, since the show, that Kel was just dead. Kel's not dead.
No, he's alive and well.
Okay. He's alive and fine. I don't know what...
Who started this rumor?
I don't know, but I believed it. Somebody told me.
Other people are missing, but not Cal.
No, Kel's alive.
Yeah. What do you think... I'm interested to hear about, with Australia, like... Was there this idea that you had to move to the States to achieve some level of either notoriety or where you wanted to go in your career, or could you have just stayed in Australia and done it there?
I think the ceiling in Australia and New Zealand, like, it's a lot better now. Like, they're filming a bunch of movies and a bunch of like crazy stuff out there, and there's incredible opportunities for people in Australia and New Zealand, but the ceiling is so low. And the town that I'm from, we have this thing called tall poppy syndrome. It's something that people talk about in Australia a lot. Essentially, it's there's another saying that's a little bit better, is crabs in a bucket. So if you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket and one tries to get out, the other ones will pull it down.
Right.
So it's a really weird thing, that there's this like mentality there that no one really wants to see anyone else get above each other. So if I stayed there, it would have been in a way where you know, like I just kind of would have like molded to my surroundings, where when the show came out I was like, I have to be in LA, like I just have to try and figure it out. And so that was me and my best friend, we just flew out and we tried to, you know, make it happen and figure it out here. So it is there again, like there is amazing opportunities, there is amazing stuff that is happening in Australia, but it's very scary because you come here and you tell someone your dream and this is what I want to do and this is what I want to achieve. They're like, oh yeah, I know someone that can help with that. But you say it in Australia, they're just like, okay, good luck.
Right. Like it's a pipe dream.
Yeah. So it's really strange. But again, I'm just from a very small town. Like I'm from my town, there's like 2,000 people in the surrounding area. Not only like the town's just, it's tiny. So it makes a little bit of sense because everyone, like the dream in that town is to just like graduate high school and go to the mines because it's a coal mining town. So that's kind of what everyone does. And for me to like go and do this is, everyone's like a little bit weird. Like I had a guy try and fight me in a cafe when I went back there.
I was just about to ask, when you go back, do they like throw you a parade? But no, they try to beat you up in a cafe.
Yeah, so like it's really strange. So like guys get threatened by me, but I'm like, hey, like I don't know why you're so mad. Like, you should be mad at yourself,
right?
Because I'm doing great. Like what's wrong? But there was actually this one time. So I went back with Georgia. I went to see my sister. She just had a baby and her husband. And we're at the Sydney Opera House. Granted, this was lunchtime. Like it wasn't a weird time at night. We walked past this group of people, and they were a little bit drunk. And these girls started asking for photos, and I'm never gonna say no to a photo. So I started talking to them, and me and George are taking photos, whatever else. And one of the guys in the group was just like, he kept saying like weird shit to try and like trigger me. And I was like, I don't really care. Like, I don't know why you're so pissed. He's like, how big's your cock? You got a big cock? I was like, what are you saying?
Listen, I've dreamed of being triggered that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I triggered?
Yeah, I was like,
I thought it was mean shit.
Yeah, no, I was just
Look at you with your gigantic piece. You're like, yeah, sorry, bro. Guilty.
I'm so upset. Damn it. Yeah. No, but he kept saying shit like that. And then he like got right in my face. He's like, started talking shit. And he's like, yeah, how big's your cock? I was like, bro, like it's clearly not as big as yours. Like I don't know what's going on. And then that was it. And then I started walking away, and he started screaming shit at me. And I was like, bro, I turned around. I was like, I'm literally holding a baby. Like, what are you gonna do? Like,
right.
Why are you so angry?
What was he screaming?
Oh, he was just saying you're a reality TV like idiot with Love Island, and then a bunch of like homophobic slurs and a bunch of like weird shit. I'm like, brother, this is a fucking 2-month-old baby. Like, do you want to put it down and fight you? Like, what's the goal?
Right.
Like, what's the end result? Like, did you want to like feel good about something? But it's kind of strange. Like, I think when you're, you guys are American, if you go there, you'll be fine. Like, people would love you. But it's just because I'm Australian that guys just feel like a little bit like weird by me. I think it's also because I'm not like at a crazy successful level where I'm like Thor and in movies and like the man. I'm kind of just like some random guy from a small town that just got super lucky and then just like figured it out.
Is there? I always do wonder that because I remember I did this movie with Chris Hemsworth where we played brothers because that's believable.
Yeah,
and
that was the first thought. I'm like, damn, you and Chris.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. And I remember he had just booked Thor, but he hadn't done it yet. Wow. So we were doing that, and then he was going to go do Thor. And of course, what revealed itself was that Chris is a hell of an actor and just a hell of a gem of a guy, the best. But there was no world in which he was going to play Thor if he looked like me, right? So I guess what I'm saying is like, I wonder if for people like him, and even for you, if that was a bit of a head going like, well, my looks might have opened the door,
right,
and now I have to back it up with who I really am.
Yeah.
Is that, does that?
Yeah, so that was kind of the mentality that I've had, these past couple of years is, okay, like I got lucky being on tour to handle and people thinking that I was hot, and then just having to not have sex, which turned into having more sex. And yeah, it's crazy. But now it's like the reason why I got in this space was, I wanted to make my friends laugh. What fills my cup and what makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing and on line with my purpose. that's making my audience laugh and my community laugh, because now I have a lot more friends. I just haven't met them all yet. There's a couple million of them, but I'm trying to meet every single one of them, and I want to make them all laugh. So that was where the transition to acting came across. Is I met a few of the actors from Outer Banks, and they were just so like lovely and like warm, and they're just like, you should just take acting classes and figure it out. And it's kind of crazy how vulnerable and like exposing it is to like just be like in a room full of people and pretending to be like sad or like whatever else and have to go through those emotions. I was like, damn, like this is what I need to do. It's showing me like that, you know, I'm putting myself in a very vulnerable position to be like open for criticism, and there's a lot of rejection in this space. So that was the goal now, is like, okay, how do we move into making more people laugh, making more people entertained, and just trying to have a little bit more longevity in this industry. So I'm trying to hopefully get talented like Chris Hemsworth. That's another level.
It's rare.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on some, and I've done that my whole life and career. And then you kind of have to realize, like, there are people like Hemsworth and like the DiCaprios, but even so, like DiCaprio, when he's not working, he gets a nice little bunch. I love it. You know, he's smoking a couple ciggies, eating club sandwiches, having a nice life, you know?
Yeah.
Hemsworth he's a god. Like, he walks around at a resting, like 5% body fat, and it's just rare.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense. And he's a really good actor as well.
Yeah. I just think I need to do more steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your regimen? Because we had the young Jason Nash on here, and he said you inspired him on his health journey, and now he's 50. He needed a little help.
Great. Yeah.
What about you? You got any secrets? Any hacks?
Yeah.
What should we be on?
What should we be on?
Testosterone.
No, stop it. In our 30s.
Of course.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So what? And
it's good.
Here's the thing. I've never really spoken about this, but what happened was,
Marshall, are we recording?
Yeah. No. So what happened was I was training at this gym here in LA.
Fortune?
No, a different one. And
I'm gonna keep guessing.
Well, because I now remember, because I've trained at Fortune for like 10 years, and you trained there, right?
Yeah, I love Fortune.
Yeah, he's
that's
the best.
Crazy.
Yeah, we passed in the halls. Whatever, no big deal.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Boxing
I
guys.
must have been so angry.
Shut up, Ben.
Yeah.
Sorry, I won't interrupt anymore.
No,
okay,
good.
go.
No, yeah, so I went to the doctor, and I was like, hey, like, I don't feel like I should feel. Like, I used to be more fired up, whatever's going on. He did my blood, and he's like, okay, well, this is what your body's low on. And there was a few components that I needed a little bit more juice with, and it was testosterone. He's like, well, what we can do is we can get you up to the natural level. So it's called TRT. It's testosterone replacement therapy. And we'll get you up to this natural level. And then ever since that point, I got more motivated. I got more excited to get out of bed. I got, like, recovery was way quicker. My muscles grew a lot better.
A little more road rage.
A little bit more road rage. Yeah. Yeah. I'm way more angry. That's why I'm in boxing. Yeah.
Sorry.
Lucky you missed me, because I would have, like, thrown you. No.
Fair. I believe it.
No, but that was the first point where it helped me make a one step and put one foot in front of the other. But it's also like, okay, well, now I've invested this money in myself. I probably should go work out, and probably should go do this stuff, and take it a little bit more seriously. But that's the first thing, I think, is just go get your blood done, see what's actually going on. It should, like, the biggest thing is people, it's like, get mad about it or whatever, but it's just like, if your body's lacking something, you should go figure it out, because it's not healthy to be running at a deficit all the time. Like, when I saw Jason, and he was saying, like, man, I'm so tired, I'm sad, I'm depressed, and we went through his, like, goals and, like, what he wants to do, and then he put in the work, and he figured out his training, and now he's a god. Like, and he's just like a big ball of energy. It's incredible to see, like, his transition from, just being, like, sad and down the dumps and not having anything to look forward to now he has the entire world to look forward to, and he's always excited and always he's just a beautiful glowing light. Yeah. So it all starts with taking that one first step and just making sure that, hey,
blood work.
Everything's all good. And then if their blood work says it's good, go to your local gym, find the biggest steroid user there, and just say, get me whatever you need.
Yeah, and then don't listen to the doctor.
Yeah. No, don't do that. I've never done trade. I've never done any of that stuff. I'm not big enough to try that stuff, but I that stuff's scary. Like, that's when you get a little bit like, Yeah. So stay away from that. Yeah.
Do you
get on that Barry Bonds?
Do you have to keep taking testosterone, or is it like you have to like?
Yeah, so it's like once a week. So
Got it.
Yeah, but
and if you stopped, you'd go back down to your deficit levels.
Yeah. So what happens? You can go and speak to the doctor, and there's ways to boost your natural levels anyway. But I was like, that sounds so boring. Put it in my ass. Whatever I need, put it in my ass. Yeah.
And you'll be on it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, because like my shit was already tanked. Like my levels were already fucking on the floor. So
it's like me with my cholesterol meds. It's like it's a lifelong thing.
Yeah, it's like I drink water every day. I take testosterone.
I drink water. I take Lipitor. It happens. Should we get to our What Are You Nuts moment of the week?
Sure.
So our What Are You Nuts moment of the week, and we'll start, give you a second to think, is just anything that stands out in the world or your life. You're just like, what are you nuts? Things you're annoyed by, things. So take your time. Young Benjamin can start.
Sure.
You'll get it. It's easy.
Yesterday I went to the desert, drove from LA, played some golf. On my drive, it also happened on my way back when we were on the phone. I had 16 dropped calls. I love talking on the phone while I'm in the car. What else are you going to do? Sure, you could listen to some music, but it's nice to call. Yeah, or you could do that. You could always jerk off. You jerk off while driving?
Yeah.
Do you have a Tesla?
No.
Oh, it's dangerous.
How do you jerk off while driving?
Hey, it's just like no. I when I was at university, university was 2 hours from the airport.
Yeah.
And I used to like nod off a little bit, and energy drinks would help. So I put on like Paramore, and I just like.
While driving?
Yeah, because then you're not falling asleep. Because then after you nut, you're like just so happy and like everything.
Are you kidding me?
The second I nut, I'm dead.
Yeah, it's like, my literal ambient.
No, but if you try it on a 6-lane highway, you're gonna be very aware because you're worried. Is this guy gonna look in? Where do I nut? Like where does this shit go? Like
holy shit!
It's a whole like process, and now you're not tired.
I gotta take a UV light to your car.
Yeah,
it's like where do you nut? Just the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Oh my God. Yeah.
All right. Well, you nut when you drive. I talk on the phone. 16 dropped calls. My what are you nuts is just. I have Verizon. Like, this is unacceptable. This is simply unacceptable. Yeah. What are you nuts? I've been paid. We pay good money. By the way, I was going to say I pay. No, still on my family share plan. my dad still covers my life.
Shout out, Mr. Soffer.
But for Mr. Soffer, what are you nuts? Like, this is a premier American telephone service. Shouldn't have dropped calls. That's it.
Well, my what are you nuts is sometimes I'll audition for things and I kind of know, right? Like, I feel like I'm not looking for any compliments. Love you guys. But, like, I know that I'm a nice looking, like, I'm handsome enough for a regular guy. Yeah. And then, as you know, in our business, then there's the Chris Hemsworths, the Harry Jowseys. Yes. Like, there are guys who are operating at a level that's just, like, a level up attractiveness-wise, right? Yeah. And so when those parts come, I'll say to my agent, like, be honest with me here. If they're looking for that, that's probably not me. If they're looking for like a good-looking normal guy, great, happy to audition. My agent calls me. He's like, there's this TV show. They want you to audition. I was like, great. And he's like, and great news. Like, they're not looking for like that typical ultra good-looking Prince Harry type. I said, hold, please. I said, is Prince Harry ultra good looking?
No.
Am I missing something here? What are you, nuts?
No.
No shade on Prince Harry, but I think of him like me, like
you're so right.
A nice looking normal guy. He's not a supermodel, right?
No.
We also talk about this. By the way, we talk about a lot of things all the time. We talk about this all the time. The barometer for being good looking is if you gained 100 pounds, you would still be a good looking guy.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. I think you have like a nice face. I think that when you were larger, you were a good-looking guy.
Thanks,
I think that me, at my current physique, I'm a good-looking guy.
You are.
And I think that's good-looking guys. Prince Harry gains 100 pounds. Throw him in a closet. I don't want to see him.
Okay, my what are you nuts?
Yeah.
I think it's no one's gonna relate to this. I think it's how many people get upset that I say I'm not going to Coachella this year.
Great. What are you nuts?
It is.
Yeah, because like I was even in the gym this morning. They're just like, "What? You're not going to Coachella?" I was like, "Yeah, like." What are you nuts? Like, it's not a big deal. Like, it's the last Coachella was the last time I drank. So it's been 12 months since I've had a drop of alcohol. Now's a good time to promote your brand.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Yeah.
Josh
I'll do it right now.
Josh is like 17 years sober. We just always promote
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
15.
Good for you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna relapse next month though. So I'm planning it. Yeah.
Give me a call. Maybe I won't today.
So you both are going to relapse on Sprit Society. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
No, these are personal choices.
Yeah. But it's, the thing is, all this Coachella talk, everyone it's like a influencer Olympics. Everyone's so like fired up about it. I'm like, dude, like, I don't want to go. Like, I don't want to do like the logistics of it. Like, okay, if you've never been to Coachella, it is a massive fuck around. Like, it is like you have a way better time going a weekend too. The logistics of getting there in and then logistics getting out is crazy. Then the after parties, yeah, they sound great. There's heaps of famous cool people there, but they fucking suck to get to. There's a line of like 5,000 influencer girls that just like, oh yeah, my friend's inside, let me get in, and you have to like wait in line, and then you know by that time your alcohol's worn off, the drugs that you've had have worn off, and you're just like in a terrible mood, and you just want to get out of there, and then you get in, someone puts something up your bum, and then you're good to go.
Yeah. It's just a whole lot of lines.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Just waiting on lines.
Lines everywhere.
Lines
No
everywhere.
thanks.
Yeah. White lines.
Or queues.
Yeah. Or queues.
Harry, thank you for coming on the show.
Oh,
dude.
thank you. This is great.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
So much fun.